Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, original, chapter number 3, text number 32. So here, Lord Krishna says, Yetu yadad abhyasuyando nanu tishtandi me matham sarvagyana vimudamstan vidhi nashtan achedasaha. Yetu yedad abhyasuyando. Abhyasuyando means out of envy, anuttishtandi me matham. Anuttishtandi means do not follow my teachings, me matham. Sarvagyana vimudamstan. That means they do not have any knowledge. Whatever area of knowledge they were interested in, they might have mastered, and they got the philosophy of science certificate, doctorate certificate. But here is a fault here. Because of that knowledge, they become so proud and they do not care for God's teachings. That is what Krishna is telling him. Yetu yadat abhyasuyando. Abhyasuyando means because they have this great knowledge in various departments. They may be ministers, secretary, they have come in first rank of IAS, or they have done PhD in philosophy of science and science, whatever sections they offer the PhD. Because of that knowledge, they think, I am greatest of all. Become envious about Krishna's knowledge. And they do not apply their knowledge in God's service. Nanu tishtandi me matham. That means they do not follow my directions, advices given to them. And in that way, they implicate more and more karmic reactions, because the true knowledge is not there. They have a jnana, but they do not have who is the source of jnana. These are material knowledge. Material knowledge is to take care of this body, and this body is born from ignorance. Ignorance of God, we have the soul got wrapped up by a physical body. So naturally it is the product of ignorance. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the product of the mode of ignorance. Therefore it is not the real knowledge. But having all this so-called knowledge, you deny the existence of God. And what happens? Krishna says here, Vidhi nashtam achedasaha. You should know they will be lost of real chetana, achedasaha, the true consciousness of Krishna. So this is the simple method Krishna is explaining to us how to get rid of these material miseries. Here in this material world, we are tortured every second by the waves of the material nature and material time. Using the improper key, trying to open your car, the car will not be opened. You may have a car key, but if you go to your wrong car, the car won't be open. That is the meaning of the material life and spiritual life. You have a key of the spiritual world, but you are trying to open the material car. You have a key to open the spiritual car, but we are making an attempt to open the material car. With the spiritual key, how you open the material car? Or with the material key, how can you open the spiritual car? It never gets open. The miseries of this material world is due to ajnanada. In spite of your unlimited knowledge about your technology, science, history, economics, we are suffering. There was no person who was peaceful, having a lot of money. Still, they are helpless maintaining that equilibrium. It's not possible because we have forgotten the foundational cause is Krishna. Because we break the supreme government's injunctions, we fall under the material time. Material time can only misguide us, make us fall into illusion, how to cheat others, and constantly commit mistakes. These are the actions of the material time. And who is actually perfect? Perfection means a person who is striving to come out of these basic miseries of this material world, especially at least one of them is called death. Death, birth, old age and disease. One who make an attempt to surpass these four things, that person is called endeavoring for perfection. May not be perfected, but at least endeavoring. And Krishna is going to help them. Tadami buddhi yogam tam yene mam ubayandide. Because they are making an attempt to be free from these material miseries of death, birth, old age and diseases. I give them intelligence, how they can surpass this ocean of material existence. But when they try to become free from these material miseries on their own way, without following the direction of the Supreme Lord, they only escalate their problems more and more. This is exactly like a prison break. A bunch of criminals want to break the prison. When they break the prison and go to the city, wherever they go, how they get the peace? The laws enforced upon the human being is chasing after them. How can they escape? And once they are caught, and their punishment will be doubled. So we are trying to escape from the prison house of the material world our own way, ignoring the injunction of the Supreme Lord. what will happen? We will be caught and make us continue the repeated birth and death, and more and more. Why? Because we made an attempt independent of God. Just like the prisoners trying to escape without the permission of the government authorities. Therefore, the law is enforced upon them and given the punishment in the same prison house, maybe in different cells, double or triple times than were they destined to be in the prison house. This is because of trying to escape. So the knowledge that we have acquired or gained from the institutes, colleges and universities are not congenial for our peaceful life. It is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Nayadvajas chitra padam hareryesha jagat pavitram pragranida karhichid tadvayasam tirtamushandi manasam nayatra hamsa nirmandiv shikshaya. That means Nayat Vajaschitra Padam Harer Yesho. The Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead's name, Lord Sri Krishna's name, simply chanting once can purify the entire universe. That much capability is there in the holy name of the Lord. Nayad Vajaschitra Padam Harer Yesho. But that knowledge that you gain does not glorify that Supreme Personality of Godhead who could purify this universe with its all living entities in a second. Right? That is the meaning of that line. Jagat Pavitram Pragranida Karhiche. It is said that one single name of Krishna can purify this entire material universe within no seconds. But we are foolishly ignoring the Lord's direct commandment. Tadvayasam tirtamushandi manasam. We are like crows going to a pilgrimage. Tadvayasam. Vayasam means crows. Where the crows generally go? Into all filthy places where the thrashes are thrown. It could be the debris of so many filthy things, meat, flesh, fish, or rotten things, disgusting things people throw outside, and crows go there. Tadvayasam tirtamushandi manasam. The people who run after such disgusting things of this material world, doesn't matter from which university is actually coming from. It is the crows who takes pleasure in the pilgrimage site. Exactly like that, we are like a crows who takes pleasure in the universities, having university degrees. There is a pilgrimage, there is a university. Just like a group of people go to all these pilgrimage sites only to eat, sleep, mate and defend. They are considered to be the crows. The same thing. The students get a higher education from the standard universities. What is it all for? How to eat nicely, how to sleep nicely, how to defend nicely, how to have sex nicely. Ultimately, all these educations and money is ending up there only. Nayatra hamsa nirmandiv shikshaya. But hamsas, the swans, never go to the sections of filthy areas. They go into a picturesque, clean, and lotus blooming reservoirs of water, and they swim in the beautiful lake. So, the devotees of the Lord, you are all devotees, you take pleasure in these lakes. Not become a crow, become a swan. This is what Narada Muni explains to Vyasadeva. When Vyasadeva was very unhappy, nonetheless, he had given us all these scriptures, Puranas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, and so many other literatures. He found disappointed. So Narada Muni appeared and told him, what is the use of glorifying the cross through these Puranas and Upanishads? You haven't explained that single personality of Godhead who can purify this entire universe with its all living entities and take home back to Godhead. You just wanted to glorify people like crows. That is your mistake. That is why you are unhappy. A saintly person like Vyasadeva, completely detached from this material world, still were not happy. So the dry detachment also will not help you without the knowledge of Godhead. So you glorify Him. His words can create a revolution in the mind of the materialistic person and perfect them. This is what Krishna meant by following His instructions, surrendering to His beautiful lotus feet, along with His eternal Hladini potency, who is Rameshwari, even the Ishwari of all Lakshmis, is Srimati Radharani. So waking up early in the morning, take your beads, chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. That way you chant. Offer your food, whatever you cook, without onion, garlic, meat, fish, garlic sauce, this sauce, that sauce. Cook fresh food, offer to Krishna first in love. And go to your work, 7-8 hours. And you do the same thing when you come back at home. Ultimately, you need to maintain this body and soul together. So you need to work. So you do some working and make some money, go to the market, buy the best of the vegetables and fruits, and come, cook, cut, and offer to the Lord, and take prasadam. It's very simple. And this will be your last life in this material universe. We don't need to suffer at all this repeated birth and death. All these earnings, all these houses and cars is going to give you so much attachment for these, and that brings you back to this material world again to fulfill another set of desires. So what Lord actually says, don't be infatuated with this material education and be carried away from the real truth that you are originally the servant of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. And don't tax yourself to maintain yourself. Just becoming Krishna conscious, Krishna supplies you everything. It will come. So of course now, same time. The time gives you unhappiness in one side, at the same time gives you happiness in another side. Exactly like the electricity gives you the cooling, and also it can give you the heat. The time can work. Depend on your Chedana. Let us not be lunatic and try to fix our own problems. The material body is not in your control. How many times you want to get rid of your sickness and it keep bouncing on you. You tried so many medicines, so many ways that you wanted to get out of this disease, but it never showed any mercy upon you. So let us cultivate real knowledge and stick with it. As our Gurudev says, pick one and stick with it. So pick a perfect religious order according to the scriptural injunctions, without envy, just stick with it. That's all. And if you do not follow the instructions of the Lord directly given to us through Bhagavad Gita, who can be more unfortunate than ourselves? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll continue.